Welcome back to Scott's Winking Sports, ladies and gentlemen. I am back, as I always am, right around this time of year. It is time to do my record predictions for all of the teams that I have subscribers on this channel, so let's get into that right now. We, of course, will start as always with UCF and the Bucks. Two teams that I don't really know how they're going to do this year. We'll see what happens. We'll start with UCF as always. First game out at home against Jacksonville State. Me and my dad might be at this game, depends on the weather. I will take UCF to win this game very easily, and I think our offense will look good. I think we would look more impressive this year than we did last year on opening night.
I'm going to agree with Scott. I think we're smart in scheduling some cupcakes early. I don't know that UCF is going to blow them out because they're trying to get a new coach acclimated, a whole new program, but I do think UCF will win. 2 touchdowns.
Next up, North Carolina A&T at home. An easier game in the first week. I'll take UCF to win, and pretty easily. I'll take UCF at home.
I agree with Scott. This one's going to be a blowout. I think UCF will win probably by 4 touchdowns.
Next up, we take on North Carolina. We get a bye week in between the North Carolina A&T game and the North Carolina game. I think that makes a huge difference in this game. I think the heat and the humidity is going to take a big toll on the North Carolina players in this game. Bill Belichick does not play well in the state of Florida. We've seen him lose to the Dolphins. We've seen him lose to the Bucs here in Florida. UCF with the upset win over North Carolina.
I'm going to agree with Scott again. I think if we got North Carolina later in the season, I would like North Carolina's chances better. But you got a brand new coach, has never coached college, obviously a lot of experience. I think early in the season, I think we can get North Carolina. I think we go 3-0.
Next up, on the road at Kansas State. No chance we win this game. Kansas State's probably one of the best teams in the Big 12 this year. Probably the most talented team roster-wise in the Big 12 this year. I will take Kansas State to get the win at home over UCF.
I agree with Scott again. UCF's going to go on the road, probably lose by 2 touchdowns or more to a very good Kansas State team.
Next up, at home against Kansas, I will take UCF to find a way to win this game. They got to win the games that they have a chance to win. I think this is one of them. I will take UCF to find a way to get a close win at home over Kansas.
I'm going to agree with Scott again. This one's tough. I think it's going to be a very close game. If we win, we're going to have to play our best. I think we can take Kansas at home, so I'll take UCF.
Next up, on the road at Cincinnati. Cincinnati came in here and beat us last year. I do not believe that happens again. I think UCF goes on the road to Cincinnati and gets the win on the road over Cincinnati.
I think we're going to lose on the road. I don't think we're going to win a lot of road games this year. Young team, trying to put them together. I think we lose at Cincinnati.
Next up, at home against West Virginia. I'm going to take us to lose this game. I think West Virginia's got a very good team, a very good coach. I'll take West Virginia to beat us again and get a win on the road over UCF.
I'm going to have to agree with Scott here. I'd love to see UCF beat West Virginia, but I agree. They got Rich Rod coming back. They've got a good roster coming back. I'm going to take West Virginia in this game.
Next up, on the road at Baylor. Definitely a winnable game. I will take UCF to find a way to not win this game. I think UCF is going to lose this one. I will take Baylor at home to find a way to get a close win over UCF.
Unfortunately, I have to agree with Scott again. I think the teams probably are pretty comparable, but the fact we're playing at Baylor gives them the edge. I think Baylor's going to win this one.
Next up, at home against Houston. The space game, I will happily take UCF in this game. I've been telling my buddy Riley Carey this. We will never lose a space game in the history of UCF football. Mark my words. We will go undefeated every year in the space game. UCF comes in to the bounce house and gets a win, and potentially with the Careys back in town for this game, I'll take UCF to get the win at home over Houston.
I'll take that bet.
Nope.
So I actually going to pick UCF in this game, but to say they're going to win every space game for the rest of time is a pretty bold statement. I can't agree with that, but I agree UCF will win this game.
Next up, it's at 4 wins or 5 wins for me. Yeah, and that's 5. Next up, on the road at Texas Tech. Nope. I think the NILs are going to get us here. The Texas Tech NILs will get the win here. I think all that oil money will do them just fine here. I'll take Texas Tech at home over UCF.
I think Texas Tech will be one of the 3 best teams in the Big 12 this year. UCF's not going to be one of the best teams, so I think Texas Tech beats us pretty good.
Next up, at home against Oklahoma State. Last time Oklahoma State came in here, we beat them. I expect the same thing here. This is not as good of an Oklahoma State team as what we saw 2 years ago. I will take UCF to get the win here over Oklahoma State at home.
I'm going to agree. I think Gundy is coaching for his job. At the same time, I don't think that they've figured it out. So I think UCF's going to get the win at home.
Next up, on the road at BYU. At the start of the season, I thought there's no way we win this game. But with their quarterback having to leave school, but it's still not going to be enough. The weather's probably going to be 50 degrees on the Saturday after Thanksgiving in Utah. That's going to be a tough task. I will take BYU to find a way to get a low-scoring win over UCF.
I agree with Scott. I think BYU's more talented at pretty much every position than we are, maybe with the exception of quarterback, but I still think they win this game.
Now into the Bucs schedule. I was really excited about this season until about a week ago when Tristan Wirfs got ruled out for the first month of the season, so that's great news for us. Yeah, good start to the season. First up, on the road at Atlanta. I think Tampa Bay finds a way to win this game. I think revenge is going to come through here. Tampa Bay finds a way to get a win against a young pass rush here in Atlanta. They have two rookies trying to get some pressure on Baker Mayfield here. I think Tampa Bay will do just enough offensively to get the win on the road against the Falcons.
I think this is going to be a really close game. I think every team in the NFC South will be better this year than they were last, with the exception of the Saints. But with that said, getting them in week one, I think, is a benefit to us, although we are missing Wirfs. I think we win in a field goal kind of game.
Next up, on the road at Houston. You know how this game goes. We ain't winning this game. It's a primetime game. We've lost I believe we've lost 5 straight primetime games. We're not winning here. Give me the Texans easily to get the win over the Bucs. Actually, not easily. This game will probably be like a last-second doink field goal. That's probably going to turn. That's going to look like it's going to be no good, but then it'll turn in like the last second.
Like Doink the Clown?
Yes.
Oh,
It'll doink in and then we lose. To send me into a very bad night of sleep.
Scott's calling the doink. I also agree. I think Texas is going to win this game. I think that Bucs will keep it close, but I think Texas is just too good.
Next up is we host the New York Jets home opener. I will take the Bucs to find a way to get the win here. This is going to be another low-scoring game. I don't think the Bucs offense is going to get going until about week 5, once we get Tristan Wirfs back, because he is probably our best player on the offensive side of the football. I'll take the Bucs to find a way to get a low-scoring win at home against the Jets.
Fortunate early season schedule, having the Jets come in. I like our chances. I think we'll get the win. I actually think we'll probably win by 10 points this game.
Yeah. Next up, at home against Philly. If we were healthy, I would absolutely take the Bucs to win this game. Unfortunately, no Tristan Wirfs. I don't think we get the win here. Give me the Eagles to get the win on the road against the Bucs.
For some reason, we've sort of owned the Eagles lately.
Only at home.
Only home and playing at home?
Yep.
There you go. With that said, I agree with Scott. I'm going to take the Eagles in this game, which brings both of us the Bucs record to 2-2.
Yep. Next up, week 5, it could be the first week we see Tristan Wirfs back in the lineup as we head into Seattle to take on the Seattle Seahawks, who I think will have not as great of a season as they did last year. I will take the Buccaneers to find a way to get the win here on the road in Seattle. We usually always play well on the West Coast. I'll take Tampa Bay to find a way to get a win over the Seahawks.
Seattle's a very good home team traditionally. I think Seattle is probably going to do enough to get the win here. I'm going to take the Seahawks.
Next up, at home against San Francisco. This was the game last year that we should have won if Liam Cohen was a little more aggressive with his play calling. I will take. I'm going to take the Niners to get the win here. I think San Francisco is going to be a better team this year than what we saw last year. I think Brock Purdy and Baker Mayfield are probably on the same talent wavelength right now. I think the Niners have the better roster, so I'll take San Francisco to find a way to beat us at Ray J for the second year in a row.
I'm going to take the Bucs this one. I think we're going to get an upset win against the 49ers. I think Wirfs will be back. We'll be back firing on all cylinders. I like us to get the win here, taking us to 3-3 for both Scott and I.
Next up, on the road at Detroit, another primetime game. Again, no chance. We will not win a primetime game this year, mark my words. We are not going to win this one. The Lions are going to be out for revenge after what we did to them last year in Detroit. I will take Jared Goff and the Lions team to win at home over the Bucks.
And I'm going to agree with Scott. I don't think it's so much due to the prime time, but just the Lions are a very good team. I agree we're going to lose this game and we'll be 3-4.
Next up, on the road at New Orleans. This is a win. I think the Saints are probably going to be the worst team in this division. Maybe one of the worst teams in the league this year. I will take the Buccaneers to find a way to get a win on the road in New Orleans.
New Orleans always gives us fits, but I agree with Scott. They're going to be one of the weaker teams in the NFL. So I agree we get to win on the road. I think it'll be a very close game.
14 points, probably.
That's 3 to 5.
Next up, now we get a bye week. Thank goodness. We are 4-4, I believe.
Yep.
As we host the New England Patriots at home. 1 o'clock game. There is no 4:30 games at home this year that I see yet. As it'll be the New England Patriots heading into San to take on the Bucs. I thought for sure they would put Brady into the Ring of Honor for this game. That made a lot of sense, but I guess they're not going to do that this year. I will take. I'm going to take the Bucs to find a way to get a win here. I think New England's a good team, but they're not quite up to our standard yet. But I will take Tampa Bay to get a win at home over the Pats.
I agree. I think the Patriots will be better under Mike Vrabel, but I don't think they'll find their footing yet. So I think the Bucs get the win to go 5-4.
Next up, on the road at Buffalo. Last time we went into Buffalo, we lost on a Hail Mary that Chris Godwin should have caught in the end zone, but he was just a few inches short of catching the ball because he was trying to get a pass interference call in the end zone on the last play of the game, which normally doesn't happen. I will take the Bills to get a win at home over the Bucs.
I agree with Scott. I think Buffalo's a better team. It's on the road. Bucs lose this game to go 5-5.
Next up, on the road at LA. Here is your biggest win of the season. I will take the Bucs to find a way to get a win at home on the road in LA. I think Stafford's going to play well this year. The loss of Cooper Kupp, we'll see what happens with that, even though they do have Devontae Adams now in LA to replace Cooper Kupp. I still think Puka Nacua is a good player, but I will take the Buccaneers to probably get their biggest win of the season and get a win on the road in LA against the Rams.
I can't agree with Scott on this one. I've got to take the Rams. I think the Rams will probably be one of the top 3 teams in the NFC.
Yep.
So I've got the Bucs losing at 5-6. Scott's got them 6-5.
Next up is we host the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to have this game as a loss. We never seem to win the Ring of Honor game, and this is the Ring of Honor game this year, where we will be inducting another player into the Buccaneers Ring of Honor. I will not be picking we are not going to win this game. I'll be at Disney World, hopefully enjoying my family's Christmas vacation at the cabins. But I will not take the Buccaneers to win this game. I'm going to go with the Cardinals to get a win on the road over the Bucs.
I'm going the other way. I don't think the Ring of Honor means anything in terms of whether we win or lose. I think it's who's the better team on the field.
Yes.
I think we're a better team than the Cardinals.
Yep.
So I got a win here for the Bucs. We're both at 6-6.
You're probably right, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Next up, we host the New Orleans Saints. Here comes the easier part of our schedule. As we host the New Orleans Saints, this game was way too close last year. I think the Bucs learned from their mistakes last season. We actually played an entire game of football this year, not a half of football this year. Buccaneers get to win by about 14 points here at home against the Saints. Probably a must-win game.
Yeah, I agree with Scott. I think we'll beat the Saints. I think they're going to be pretty bad this year. But they're going to give us a tough game. It'll be probably a touchdown game.
Next up, at home, Thursday Night Football, as we host the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to stick with what I said all season. I think we split with the Falcons. So I will take the Atlanta Falcons to come into Raymond James and beat us for the second year in a row. I'll probably be going to bed pissed off on this one as well, just like I did last year in Atlanta. I will take Tampa Bay to lose this game on the road at Atlanta, at home against Atlanta.
So I won't be as upset as Scott if they lose. But I do think that at this point the Falcons will have matured a little bit. And I think that they do come in here and get the win, and we will be 6-6.
Next up, at home, as we take on the Carolina Panthers, we'll take the Bucs to get a win on the road at Carolina. I think Carolina is going to be improved this year, but not enough. I will take Tampa Bay at home over Carolina.
So we're at home?
On the road in Carolina.
Gotcha. I think, honestly, if I were picking with my head, I probably would take Carolina. But I'll pick with my heart. I'm going to take the Bucs. and we go 7-6, and Carolina's going to be definitely improved over last year.
Next up, we head into Miami to take on the Dolphins. Probably one of my favorite games of the year because we never lose this one. I will take Tampa Bay, who continued their win streak against the Dolphins and continue to. And I will be calling Riley Carey after the game to ask him how the loss feels and everything like that. So I will take the Buccaneers to get a win on the road in Miami.
I'm going to say the Bucs lose this game. I think Miami's going to be an improved team this year, and so I'm going to take Miami at home. So I've got the Bucs 7-7. You got them 8-6.
Next up, at home against Carolina, I will take the Buccaneers to get a win here. I think Tampa Bay wins the division with a Week 18 win at home over Carolina.
I agree. I think we'll be Carolina at home, and that'll take us to 8-7 by my count, and by you would be 9-6. Yeah.
Yep. And that will do it for this episode of Scott's Weekend Sports. Yeah. If I forgot a game, I probably did. Did I forget one?
That's right.
I'll leave it in the comments if I forgot one. I'll see you guys right back here next week on Scott's Weekend Sports, where we will be doing the Terry Jules special, as it'll be the Kentucky Bobcats and the Pittsburgh Steelers next week from my buddy Terry Jewell. I'll see you guys right back here next week on Scott's Weekend Sports. See you later, guys.
See you guys.